Hey guys, Thornton here, back with another video, and here I'm taking a look at the USB condenser microphone K658 from FIFINE. This plug-and-go microphone offers some unique features as well as possibly being that stepping stone into the world of content creation, streaming, or maybe just even wanting to up your audio game, so let's hop into the review. In the box, let's scan the microphone itself. You're also going to get a USB to USB-C cable, the tripod stand, shock mount, and then a 3/8 of an inch to 5/8 of an inch adapter, and then a metal ring or nut. The microphone itself is a complete metal construction, feeling very premium and nice in hand, and the pop filter also built into the microphone can be unscrewed off, and then that will expose that metal grate underneath that covers over the capsule itself. So a lot of protection for the capsule, as well as having that built-in pop filter really is going to reduce those plosives. So really nice to see the overall build quality feeling very durable and premium for the price point it's sitting at. The included shock mount is going to fit the mic perfectly, and how you fix it to it is just by slipping the threads of the bottom of the mic through there and then taking that metal ring or nut to fasten it on the bottom, so you can loosen that nut and turn it any way you want, then just tighten it back down. And one of my only gripes with that is just the fact that you literally cannot really put this on like a tripod that's included in here or on your boom arm unless it's on the shock mount itself, which is kind of weird. I understand that, you know, it's gonna want to be used in conjunction with the shock mount just to even reduce those vibrations and things even more so, but just the fact that you can never actually just attach the mic itself directly to the boom arm or anything is kind of odd. So that's only one of my gripes with the size of the microphone itself, but obviously it works just fine on a boom arm as long as it's in the shock mount. You do get one point of articulation at the bottom of the shock mount as well, which allows you to tilt it either up or down depending on which way you have it oriented on the boom arm or the stand itself. The included tripod in the box is very small in comparison to the microphone, and I would definitely view this as a temporary solution for your microphone. Overall, I would say use this in a boom arm if you want the best results. And the bottom of the feet do have like rubber stoppers, and it can hold the microphone up, but if you have it tilted too far to the side, it's gonna wanna tip over. And to get the best use out of this mic in the first place, you're gonna be talking into the top of it, which can kind of create an awkward situation with having to lean it all the way forward, just taking up more space than it really needs to, that you could really save while using a boom arm. And if you guys wanna check out the boom arm I'm using in today's video, I'll link it in the description down below. I do have a review on it so far, really enjoyed it. On the front of the microphone, you'll find this kind of bigger protruding dial, which acts as your gain volume, which you can either turn up or down by rolling it one way or the other. And then in the middle of that is your mic mute or unmute button, which has no tactility actually to the press of it. It's just kind of touch sensitive once it is plugged in, and it will also correlate with either a red or green color, whether you're muted or unmuted. On the back of the microphone, you will find your RGB button, which will allow you to cycle between effects and things of that nature. And then on the bottom, you will find your port, which is to plug it into your computer, and it's USB-C, which I'm happy to see on this one. And then also you're gonna get your 3.5mm jack, which can be used for live monitoring if you want to. All right, now we're gonna hop into the office and actually put this mic to the test through some different things that you guys might find in your real life circumstances, so let's do that. All right guys, now that we're in the office, I went ahead and hooked up the K658 to my boom arm over here, and again, I'll link it in the description down below if you guys wanna check it out. Works good with this microphone as well as a multitude of other ones that I've already reviewed on the channel. So one of the first things I want to mention about the microphone itself is, now that it's plugged in, the RGB is on the bottom, which I didn't really show out there just because I couldn't plug it in, but now it's plugged in, you can see right here, and with the RGB button on the back, when you tap it, it will turn it off, and then when you tap it again, the lights will come back on. So kind of a cool feature if you like RGB. If not, you can turn it right off. Second thing to mention, nothing's changed in my voice here. I'm not manipulating it anyway, recording it straight into OBS into my computer. So that's gonna be as raw and natural as it sounds right when it comes out of the box. But of course, if you wanna hop into software when you have the microphone itself, maybe dial some EQ settings around, by all means you can do so. So the microphone itself is using a cardioid pickup pattern, and the capsule is facing upwards. So actually, to get the best audio out of the microphone, you don't really want to be talking into the side of it. You want to have it tilted towards you like this, and you guys will probably hear in the audio now, it's probably a little bit louder now that I'm actually talking towards the capsule. So if you want to get the best out of it, you're going to want to have it like this. It feels a little awkward to me. I would almost rather have it on its side and have the capsule facing towards the side. But to get the most out of it, you need to use it like this and have a decent talking distance, obviously not right on top of the microphone and not too far back. But as long as you're in this range about right here, you're gonna get good audio quality, and you can use it on the side like this and it's still gonna pick up your voice. Just gonna be a little bit quieter and not as clear. So if you wanna get the best sounding audio out of it, you're gonna wanna talk more down towards the capsule. So now that we have it all hooked up in here too with the shock mount on it, let's go ahead and give a quick shake test so you guys have a good idea of how much it's actually going to reduce those vibrations. And I have to say, so far, listening back to my own recording after doing this, I'm super impressed. I really barely heard any of the vibrations coming through, and this is pretty stinking exaggerated. If anyone's moving their desk like this while they're playing, I'm not sure what's happening. But this is like worst case scenario. You hit your desk and the microphone bumps around when you're talking, or maybe you're streaming or on a meeting. Overall, really reduces it. And I think it sounds really good still, even with a ton of vibration going up at the boom arm and shaking on it. I cannot hear that transferring into the microphone itself or through the recording. So now for the keyboard test part of it, I'm doing this in all my microphone reviews, and it's just for a real life application. If you are getting this microphone, and whether you're going to be on a meeting using a keyboard, or maybe you're planning on streaming, it's kind of just nice to know if the keyboard's going to make much noise or the vibrations from hitting is going to pick it up. And we already kind of know with this shock mount on it, I think it's going to completely get rid of any vibrations. So I'm going to start typing on my keyboard, and just so you know, it switches. These are cherry red silent, so going to be quieter, not going to pick up as much of that key chatter. But as you're going to hear, it's going to reduce a lot of those sounds, especially when you have the microphone facing the right way with the cardioid. Or the capsule facing towards you, really reduces a lot of that key chatter overall. And I think if you are planning on using this while you're going to have a keyboard, possibly typing in the background, you're going to barely hear it, and that's really nice to be able to see with this so far. As far as the pickup or the sound of the capsule and the sound of the microphone overall, obviously, again, there's nothing changed on my voice, and it's all up to you for you guys to make your own opinions and whether you like it or not. But so far, personally, for me, I think it sounds great. And this is kind of FineFine's attempt at really trying to get into the market of competition between a USB microphone and an XLR. Obviously, XLRs are still going to be substantially more expensive, especially depending on which one you get. But overall, I think the offering this one gives you, as far as the range of the audio, the basses, the highs, the mids, that all sounds really good coming out just raw without anything changed on it. And with the nice durable build quality of the microphone, as well as getting the shock mount built in, I think there's a lot of good things going for this microphone, and so far I've been really impressed with it. So kind of wrapping up the video here and just giving my final thoughts on the K658 from FineFine. Kind of like I was saying in my last clip there, really been enjoying the microphone so far. Been using it for Zoom meetings and all that good stuff. Getting tested out for a while now. Really happy with the audio quality. My two things that I don't really like about it, and these are just minute details, not really issues with the actual sound quality or anything, it's just the fact that you can't take the microphone itself and directly put it onto the boom arm. You kind of have to use it in conjunction with the shock mount to attach it. Not a huge deal. You'll probably want to use it the shock mount anyways, but I would just like to have that option available in case I don't want to use the shock mount. And then also the one other thing is just the fact that the capsule is facing towards out the top, so you can't really like have it at a sideways angle kind of dropping in underneath. You have to have it like underneath you and facing up, which is a little annoying because I don't want to always have it right down in front of me. I kind of want to have it off to my side sometimes, and to get the best audio quality you just kind of have to have it facing like this. So those are kind of two of my minor gripes with it. Again, not huge issues, just things that I noticed while using it that I might want to point out that might bother you guys as well. But overall, for the price point being at $120, I definitely think it's worth it. I mean, I think it has some great offerings here. Just the ease of using a USB-C cable, plugging it right into your computer, and you're good to go, right? The XLR, you have a lot more going on. You probably have a preamp and you have more cables to work with. So the ease of a USB microphone is so great, and the absolute sound quality you're getting out of this is fantastic. And I think it's really easy to see where you could want to go for this over an XLR, even though, you know, obviously you might get better sound quality overall with the increase in price, and then having to get possibly a DAC or a preamp to run it through too. The price can really add up. So this being at the more budget friendly end of that and still getting great sound out of it definitely makes it a great selling point. And again, the RGB, if it's something you enjoy, it's like the last thing I think about the microphone, but it is there, kind of gives you that cool gamer aesthetic if it's something that you're into. So overall, would I recommend it? I think you guys can tell, yes, I do enjoy the K658 a lot, and I would recommend it to you guys. So hopefully you found this video helpful and informative, and if you did, please hit that like button for me and do consider subscribing, but I'll see you in the next one.